What is up, T.O.Gs? It is that time of year again, and based on the thumbnail, based on the description of this video, you know what time that is. And it is time for the Distinguished Gentleman Ride. Now, I've covered what the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is in past videos, so if you have any questions about that in general, I will refer you to this link that just popped up in this video that will take you back to explain a little bit about what the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is.
Okay, chalk this one up to perhaps sheer ignorance on my part, but I will not be able to ride in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride this year. Straight from the DGR Facebook page, quote, "This is a niche event, and as the event grows, we are being forced to limit capacity by local authorities and police. We ask that all riders and hosts, regardless of personal preference, respect the style of this event. If your intention is to truly support men's health, you can make a donation to a fellow rider without being in attendance." Now, here's my issue. The Distinguished Gentleman's Ride should not be dictating to us who is truly supporting men's health, as they have chose to exclude anyone who does not own the kind of bike they are looking for. In fact, this is a Triumph-sponsored event, and the picture examples of bikes they are allowing to ride in this event are mostly Triumph models. If this event was truly about bringing awareness to men's mental health and not having a stylish event with cool motorcycles, then registration would be on a first-come, first-served basis. Even though I do not support how the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride has chose to run the event this year, I do still continue to choose to support the cause. And because I support the cause, which is bringing awareness to men's mental health and prostate cancer, I urge you to do the same.
We now return to your regular programming.
But what I did want to do is take time in this video. I'll let you know right now that if you're interested in riding in this year's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride here in this area, or whatever area you might be based in, you can go to the links in the description. It'll take you directly to either the place where you can sign up or register for your ride, or you can sponsor me or donate to any other rider that may be involved in this year's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. But what I wanted to do in this video really quickly, and I just kind of wanted to make this a short video, mostly because I think, when I have longer videos, I know that people only tune in for so long, so I wanted to get this out as quickly as I could, but as succinctly as I could, is that our nation, the United States, recently is going through some real tragedy, and some of that is related directly to men's mental health. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you're watching this video maybe in the future and you don't know what I'm referencing, I'm talking about the mass shootings that have been happening and that have most recently, within the last few days, have happened in our country. One was even as close to as being like an hour and a half away from where I live right now. And the closer they get to you, I think the more you feel it personally. But either way, just being an American and knowing that things like this aren't happening in the same way that they are here in other countries, it really gets to me. I don't know if it gets to you, but it definitely gets to me. And having it being directly correlated with what I'm talking about, the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, which focuses on men's mental health, I wanted to take some time to talk about how men's mental health, and for me who suffers from anxiety and depression, you can be depressed without having depression. You can have anxiety without suffering from anxiety as a mental health condition. I happen to have both. I happen to have depression and anxiety that comes on in spells. So there's a difference between the two, and what I'll do is, instead of trying to explain it myself and not being an expert, is I'm going to put some links in the description so that you can read for yourself. I'll also put some links to some videos if you're not a person that likes to read and you'd rather just watch a video, to some good references for yourself, maybe for a loved one that might be suffering from depression or may think that they're suffering from depression or anxiety. You know, these are very real things, and I love how the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride puts an emphasis on this. It brings attention to the fact that these are very real things that afflict so many of us around the world, and this is why this is an international thing and why this ride has become so popular. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, group rides that people all over the globe participate in every year. So I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to raise money for this cause, because it's not just something that affects me as an American, but it affects me as a person on a very personal level. What I would ask you is I'm not just asking for donations or asking you to sponsor me or sponsor my ride. That part of it is kind of just icing on the cake if you're willing to do that. But what I want you to do, and what I'm asking you to do at this point, is to just be a friend, be supportive, be there. It's not that hard to just be available to somebody who might be suffering from depression, because just being there, letting somebody know that you're there for them, can mean so much. I have a friend who very recently just offered themselves to be there to talk, and they check in with me every once in a while, and it means the world to me. You know, I can express only so much through words how much it means to me that my friends are there for me, what I feel in my heart, and how big of an impact that those friendships have in my life. It's immeasurable, because, you know, what is a human life worth? And this is what we're talking about in this case. You know, I make this reference all the time, but it really is perfect, because mental health is so misunderstood in this country, and there's such a stigma put on mental health in this country. But the best way for me to put it is that if you're suffering from mental health issues, it's often referred to as a sickness, because a lot of the times it has to do with something chemically that's happening with you. But it's not something like a broken arm where you can put a cast on it and then in a month or in a few weeks you take it off and everything's better. This is something that I've dealt with my entire life. You know, when I was a kid, I had panic attacks. Obviously, as a teen, you know, depression was something that affected my life daily. Giddy up. That was cute. But it's something that affected my life daily, and understanding how much it means to me, for my friends to be there for me, it's just something that I wanted to let you know as well, that you've got a friend in that one guy, and I'm here as a friend as well. I appreciate all of you who support me. Like I said, the links are in the description if you want to donate, or you want to sponsor me, or you want to ride yourself. But guys, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure if you like this video, you do hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.